Hello everyone. So in this video, we are discussing the next paper, which is May June 2025 paper. The code is 0580. This is 0580, and this is 23. This is the code we are discussing. Okay. So let's start with the questions. Okay. So this is the non-calculator paper. So here we will not be using any calculator. Yes, you can use tracing paper for transformation questions. Okay. So these are the formulae which are generally given. Standard formulae, which is always available. Now, let's start with the first question. I'll zoom in a little bit. So now, let's see the first question here. The first question is the probability of picking a green pen from a box is 0.17. Find the probability of not picking the green pen. So if the probability of picking is 0.17, what is the probability of not picking? This is 1 minus 0.17, which is probability of a complement, which is equal to, you can check, this is equal to 0. This is 8 and 3. You can say this is 0.83. 0.83 is the answer. I have the answer key also. So I'll verify the answer. I have the answer key and we can verify the answers. Okay. Now let's take the next question. So here the question is on geometry, the triangles. The question here is ABCD is a quadrilateral. You can see here CDE. CD is a straight line. AFB is an isosceles triangle. AFB is an isosceles triangle. You have to find the value of x and y. You have to find the value of this x and y. So now, how will you find this? First thing is, you can see this is an isosceles triangle. So this will also be equal to y degree. Correct? If this is y degree, you can see the sum of all the angles is 180. That is 2y plus 30 degree is equal to 180 degree. So what is this? This is 2y is equal to 150. That is 2y degree is equal to 150. So what is y? Y is equal to 75. So basically this angle is 75 degree. So this first part is clear. Okay. Now the next part is, this is uh, so we have got this angle, that is 75, right? So this angle is 75. Okay. Now you have to find, what is this? You have to find angle x also. Okay. This angle is remaining. Okay. So you can see here, if this angle is 104, this angle is 104. What is this angle? Because this is a straight line. What is this angle? This is 180 minus 104 degree, which is, I can say, this is 6 and this is 76 degree. So this angle is 76 degree. And we know the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So if I take sum of all the angles, this is 76 plus 70 plus this is 130 degree plus x is equal to 360 degree. So you can just add up this. This is 6, 17, and this is 276. 276 plus x is equal to 360. So what is x? X is equal to 360 degree minus 276, which is equal to, you can say, this is 4 and this is 15 minus 3, that is 84. So what is the answer? This is 84. So what is x value? This is 84. And what is y value? Y is equal to 75. So let's check the answer. This is x is 84 and y is 75. That is the correct answer for this question. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. So the next question. Okay. So the next question is on the three dimension. So here you can see the diagram shows. Okay. So the diagram shows a pyramid of ABCD base. Okay. Which is a square base. ABCD is a square base. ABCD is a pyramid with a square base. M is the center. E is vertically above. Vertically above. Write down the number of planes of symmetry of this pyramid. Now, what is a plane of symmetry which divides the three-dimensional figure into same part? Okay, that's symmetric part. So if this is a square, you can understand this. Let's say this is the square. Okay, and this is exactly above this. So I can say this is one plane of symmetry. It's like this. I'm saying this is one plane of symmetry. This is another plane of symmetry, and there is one. So basically, this is one symmetry. This is another plane of symmetry, and you can see this is also a plane of symmetry. It's like this. This is also a plane of symmetry. So this is another plane of symmetry, and this is another plane of symmetry. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how many planes of symmetry? There are 4 planes of symmetry in this case. Now what is the next part? Using the letters, you can A, B, C, D, E, F, complete the statement about this. Okay. Axis of rotational symmetry passes through the point. Now, if you can see, this is a vertical line. This is exactly above this. So what is the rotational symmetry? This is about this line ME. So this rotational symmetry passes through the point M and E. That is the answer for this question. Okay. So this is again, this is easy. 4 and ME, that is the correct answer. Next, the number of ice creams sold increases as the temperature rises. What type of correlation this statement describes? So if the number of ice creams is sold is increasing as the temperature is rising, that is a positive correlation, because as you are increasing the temperature, the number of ice creams sold is increasing. So what is this relation called? This is a positive correlation. Positive correlation, that is the answer for this question. Okay. So now let's move to the next one. Now this is a question on three dimension, so transformation. So let's see what is the question here. So here we have this thing. Okay. This is the question number 5. So the question says, describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A into triangle B. Triangle A to triangle B, what is the transformation? So you can clearly see this is A to B is an enlargement. So what is the enlargement? For enlargement, for transformation, right, we have to write two things. What is the center of enlargement? Second, what is the scale factor? Okay. So how can you find the scale factor and this enlargement? What you can do is, what is the center of enlargement? So what you can do is just join the corresponding points. So what I'll do is, I'll join the corresponding points. You can see this is the corresponding point. If I join these corresponding points, you can see if I join these corresponding points like this, and the third corresponding point, you can see this point and this point. If I join them like this, so they are passing through this point, right? So this point is the center of enlargement. So what is this point? You can see this is the point. What is the coordinate of this? 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2. So this is the center of enlargement. And what is the scale factor? So what is the scale factor? You can see this is 1 unit. You can see this is 1 unit, and this is 1, 2, 3 units. So what is the scale factor? Scale factor is 3. So what is the center of enlargement? This is 1 comma 2, and scale factor is 3. Okay. So that is the answer for this. This is enlargement with a scale factor of 3, and center of rotation, center of enlargement is 1 comma 3. So that is the answer for this question. Now the next question is, on the grid, draw the image of the triangle after reflection in the line x equal to -1. Okay. So you have to reflect A in the line x equal to -1. So I hope this part is clear. So I'll just remove this. Okay. So you have to draw x equal to -1. X equal to -1. So let's draw the line x equal to -1. Yeah. X equal to -1 is a vertical line like this. It is passing through -1. Right? X equal to -1, a vertical line passing through -1. Now you have to take the reflection. So if you take the reflection, this coordinate, you can see this coordinate, this point, this is two distance here. So it will go two distance on this side. This is, you can see how many distance, how many perpendicular distance, 1, 2, 3 units on this side. So 1, 2, 3 units on this side. And this is, this point is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like this. So if I join this like this will be the reflection of this, which is A dash, you can write. Okay. So I hope this is also clear. Reflection you can easily draw. Now the next part of the question is, triangle A after a rotation of 90 degree clockwise, center 1 comma -2. So you have to rotate triangle A after a rotation of 90 degree clockwise, center of rotation is 1 comma -2. So 1 comma -2, this is the center of rotation. 1 comma -2, this is the center of rotation. Now around this, you have to rotate by an angle 90 degree. Okay. So the best way to solve this question is tracing paper. You take a tracing paper and you rotate that tracing paper by an angle 90 degree. Otherwise, you can join and predict the points also. But the best way to solve this type of question is tracing paper. Okay. So if I use the tracing paper, I'll give you the answer for this. This answer will give you the coordinates, the triangle with 4 comma -5. So this is 4 comma -5. This is 6 comma -2, 6 comma -2, and this is 7 comma -3, 7 comma -3. So you will get this triangle. Okay. So this is 4 comma minus 5. This is 6 comma minus 2. This is 7 comma minus 3. After rotation, you'll get this. So this is how you can solve this. So what I'll suggest is you can use tracing paper and check this question. Okay. So that is how you can easily solve this one. So now let's move to the next one. So this is we have done left. Let's move to this. Now this is a question on statistics. So let's see what is the question here. So here we have there are 15 giraffes in a group. The table of information is given about the heights of 15. You have to complete this stem and leaf diagram. Height of 9 giraffes. What is the stem diagram? You can see this is key is given. 4/1 represent the height is 4.1 meter. Use the information to complete the stem and leaf diagram for this. Okay. So conditions are you can see here. Okay. One giraffe has height 2.6. So only one giraffe has height 2.6. So I'll say this is 2.5 and obviously this will become 2.6. So this will be 6 here. I hope this is clear. 2.6. So on the stem diagram, you will write this is 2.6 as 2.6, right? No giraffe has shorter than 2.5. That means we will not have anything which is less than 2.5. That is the smallest value, correct? 2.5. The range of heights of the 15 giraffe is 2.3. So that means what is the meaning of range? Range of height is highest value, highest minus lowest. Now we know that range is 2.3. This is 2.3. If this is 2.3, that means, and we know that the lowest value is 2.5. This is lowest value is 2.5. So what will be the highest value, highest height? You can see this is 2.3 plus 2.5 because the lowest value is 2.5. So what is it? This is 4.8. Okay. So you can see I can complete this also. This is 4.8. That is this is 4.8. I hope this is also clear. Now next, more than 3 giraffes have the same height. More than 3 giraffes have the same height. So here you can see uh, there are 3 giraffes. Here you can see there are 3 giraffes. We have same height 1, 2, 3. 3.7, 3.7, 3.7. But there are more than 3 which have the same height, correct? Now the next point is the model height of the giraffe is 3.9. That means 3.9 height, number of giraffes in having 3.9 height meter height will be more than 3. That means you can have how many? You can have 4. How many we have? With total how many we have plotted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So remaining 4 are having what is the height? 3.9. So this is we will plate 9, 9, 9 and 9. I hope this is clear. Why I have placed 9, 9 here because there are 4 giraffes which are remaining, correct? Because total is 15 and the model height is given as 3.9. That means the highest frequency should be of 3.9. So what is the highest frequency? 3.9 plus is 4. That is why we have this. So this is how we can complete this diagram. I hope this is clear, correct? So this is how we can solve the question number 6. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. So now this one is pretty easy. You have to just solve these values. This is question number 7. So you have to just you have to simplify this fraction. So you can see this is, you can make the like fraction. This is 10 upon 12 minus 7 upon 12 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So what is this? This is 10 minus 7 by 12, which is 3 by 12, which is equal to, you can cancel a common factor of 4, 3. So what is the answer? This is 1 by 4. What is the, you have to simplify this, give your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. So what is this? I can say this is, what is this? This is 3 into 1, 3 plus 1, 4 by 3, divide by, this is 8 by 50. This is the number you have to divide, correct? So here you can see, if you have to divide, this is 4 by 3 multiplied with 15 by 8. The number becomes reciprocal. Now you can cancel the common factor. This is 4 and 8 cancels 2, and this cancels, and this will become 5. So what is the value remaining? This is 5 by 2, which is, you have to write as a number, mixed fact number. So what is this? This is 2 and 1 by 2. So what is the answer? 2 and 1 by 2. So let's check the answer for 7. 2 and 1 by 2 and 1 by 4 is the answer for this question. Okay. So now the next one. Write 42 as a product of its prime factors. So what you can say is 42, basically 42, you have to write as a prime factor. This is 7 into 6 and 6 can be written as 3 into 2. So what is 42? This is 7 into 3 into 2. That is the answer for this question, 732. Now the next question is find the highest common factor of 84 and 70. 84 and 70, you have to write the highest common factor. So what you can do is you can factorize 84. What is 84? This is, you can see, if I divide by 2, if I divide by 4, let's say, so this is 4 multiplied with 21, correct? And 21 is basically 7 into 3, and 4 is 2 and 2. So what is 84? 84 is 2 square into 3 into 7. This is 84, and 70. So you can say, what is 70? 70 also you can say 35 into 2, and 35 is 7, and 7 into 5. So what is this 70? This is 2 into 5 into 7. I hope this is clear. How to factorize, okay? Now for HCF, we take the common values. So what are common in this? We can say 1 7 is common, and 1 2 is common. You can say 1 2 is common. So what is the HCF? This is 1 2 is common, and 7 is common. So which is 14. So what is the answer? 14 is the HCF of this number. Okay. Now you can, otherwise what you can do is you can write all the factors of this, and also then this is another way to write the HCF. So that is the answer, 14. So yes, 14 is the answer for this question. Now let's move to the next question. So here in the next question, you have to solve the equation. So let's see. You have to solve the equation 5x square equal to 12 minus 17x. So what you can do is, this is quadratic equation. This is 5x square plus 17x minus 12 equal to 0. This is how we can arrange this. Now, if you want to solve this question, you can use quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b plus minus 100 of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, that formula which is given on the first page also. Or otherwise, we can factorize this. Now, let's see how to factorize this. You can see we have to split the middle term, which is 17. Correct? Sum should be 17, and we have to think of numbers whose product is minus 60. How we got minus 60? Minus 12 into 5 is minus 60. So you have to think about two numbers whose product is minus 60 and sum is 17. So you can see, if I take for 60, what you can do is you can say 12 into 5, that is 60. Product should be equal to minus 60. So this is again not possible, because if you take minus 5x square plus 17x minus 12, okay. So minus 60. So minus 12 into minus 5. Sorry, this is also not possible. For negative 60, you have to have one number as positive number and other number as negative number. So what are the numbers you can take? 20 and 3. You can see 20 and 3, right? So you can see 20 and 3, minus 20 and 3 I can take. When the sum will become, you can take 20 and minus 3. Basically, this is 20 and minus 3. Why? Because sum should be equal to 17 and product should be equal to minus 60. So I can now split the middle term. So this is 5x square plus 17 is what? 20x minus 3x minus 12 equal to 0. So now you can take what is common from these two. 5x is common, which is giving you x plus 4. Here you can take minus 3 common. So this will become x plus 4. And you can factorize this. You can say this is x plus 4 into 5x minus 3 equal to 0. Now if I make it equal to 0, either it has to be 0 or this has to be 0. So what is the value when this is x plus 4 is equal to 0? X will be equal to negative 4. And if I make 5x minus 3 equal to 0, then x will be equal to 3 by 5. So what is the answer? This is negative 4 and 3 by 5. So that is the answer for this question. I hope this is also clear. So minus 4 and 3 by 5. Let's check the answer. This is minus 4 and 3 by 5 is the answer. Okay. So now the next question. So next question says, here we have ax square plus a equal to b, where a and b are integers. One solution of the equation is x equal to 6. Write down the other solution. Okay. So if I am saying that ax square is equal to b minus a, correct? x square equal to b minus a, right? Now they are saying that one solution of this equation is x equal to 6. That means if I put x equal to 6, it should satisfy this because this is a solution. That means if I put x equal to 6 here, this is, if I put x equal to 6, this will give you 6 square, that is 36a equal to b minus a. Or you can say this is 37 a equal to b. If I take this on this side, this will become 37a equal to b. Correct? The question is you have to write the other solution. Okay. So now we know that b is equal to, okay, b is equal to 37a. So I can say this equation is basically ax square plus a equal to b. Now what is b? B is 37a. So here you can now easily solve this. This is ax square equal to 37a minus a, which will become 36a, ax square. I hope this is also clear. 37 minus a, 37a minus a, 36a. So now if I cancel this a and a, what is the value of x square? X square equal to 36. So what is x? Plus minus root 36, which is 6. So what is the answer? X equal to 6 or x equal to minus 6. Now it's already given in the question that x equal to 6 is the solution. So what is the other solution? This is minus 6. Negative 6 is the answer for this question. So I hope this is also easy. You can easily solve this question. Now, the question on simultaneous equation. Again, a very standard question. To solve the simultaneous equation, either you can use a elimination method or you can use the substitution method. Now, for elimination, you make the coefficient same and add subtract accordingly. Or if you want to use substitution, put one value into the one value from the one equation to other equation. Right? So let's use. You can use any method. So what you can do is, if I multiply this here, you can say this is 4x, and here this is 3x. So if you make the both the terms same, you multiply this with 3, first equation with 3. I'll multiply the first equation with 3 and the second equation with 4. I hope this is clear. So if I multiply the first equation with 3, this is 12x minus 15y equal to, this is 13 into 3, 39. And if you multiply this with 4, this will become 12x. This will become minus 8y equal to 30. Now, if I subtract these two, you can see if I subtract these two terms will cancel. So this will become, these two will cancel, subtracting. This will become minus 15y and this negative 8y will become positive 8y because we are subtracting, okay? And this will become 39 minus 32, which is 7. Now what is minus 15y plus 8y? This is minus 7y. So this is minus 7y is equal to 7. So what is the value of y? 7 divided by minus 7, which will give you minus 1. Right? Now substitute this in any of the equation. So you can see what is the equation we have. Y equal to minus 1 put. This is 4x minus 5. And if I put negative 1, this will become minus 1 equal to 30. So this is basically 4x plus 5 equal to 13. Right? So what is this? This is 4x equal to 13 minus 5, which is equal to 8. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 8 by 4, which is equal to. So what is the answer for this? This is x equal to 2 and y equal to minus 1. X equal to 2, y equal to minus 1. That is the answer for this question. Okay. So I hope this is also clear. So now let's move to the next question, which is on probability. Okay. Let's see. So here you can just read the question. Question number 11. Okay. So the question says Angela picks a number at random from the numbers 1, 2, 3, and she then picks a number randomly from 4, 5, 6. Then she adds the two numbers. Complete the table to show the possible outcome. So first number taken is 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Second number taken is 4, 5, 6. So what are the possible outcomes? Here add the numbers. So what is this? 4 plus 1, 5, 2 plus 4, 6, 3 plus 4, 7. So the first line is complete, correct? Now the second row, 5 plus 1, 6, 5 plus 2, 7, and 5 plus 3, 8. These are the possible sums we can have, correct? 7, this is 8, and this is 9. So these are the possible sum of the numbers taken first time and the second time. Now the second question is, given that the total is odd, that means you know that this total is odd. Given the total is odd, find the probability that one of the numbers Angela picks is 3. Now this is a clear case of conditional probability. Conditional probability. That means given the total is an odd number. Now, how many odd numbers we have? How many some total is odd? How many total is odd? You can see this is odd, this is odd, this is odd, odd and odd. So given the total is odd, that means now the sample space is the total number sample space where we have odd number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So given the sum is odd, given the total is odd, what is the probability that one of the numbers she picks is 3? Now, one of the numbers she picks is 3 is how many cases? 3 cases. The one case is this and other case is this. 3 will be involved in this addition and in this addition. So there are two cases. So what is the probability? This is 2 by 5. Now, this is the important question. This is a case of conditional probability when you know that this is given that the total is an odd number. That means we are not counting other numbers. We are just counting odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, out of this, how many are cases when the number she picks is 3? So, the one number picks is this, other is this because she is taking 3 in this case. So, this is how we can write the probability. So, what is the answer? Probability is 2 by 5. This is the case of conditional probability. Now, the next question. So here we have a vector question. Vector v is this. So what is 5b? You can write 5b is equal to just multiply 5. This is 10 and this is minus 15. That is the answer. This one is easy. Now the next question, next part is h is the point minus 3 8. K is the point. K is the point minus 4 0. Hj is this point jk. Okay. So let's draw a diagram to understand this. Let's say this is h, which is minus 3 comma 8. I'm just randomly drawing a diagram just to show you. K is a point. So let's say this is the point K. Okay. So let's say this is, let me draw here. H, this is K. Okay. Let's say this is K and this is, let's say this is H. H is minus 4 comma 0. K is minus 3 comma 8. These are the points. Okay. Hj vector. Hj vector is 7 comma minus 2. So let's say this is the point J. Okay. So H to J vector, this is known to you. H J vector is 7 minus 2. You have to find JK vector. Okay. So you can see here, if this is H and K, I can easily find this vector. Okay. So what is HK vector? You can see what is HK vector. H to K. Now, if you know the coordinates of the point, you can directly write the vector by using this coordinate minus this coordinate. Okay. I hope this is clear. What is HK vector? That means you are going from H to K. So this is final and this is initial. So subtract the x coordinate. If I subtract the x coordinate, minus 3 and minus 4, that will become plus 4. 8 minus 0. So what is this? This is 1 and this is 8. Correct? So we know HK vector. You have to find JK vector magnitude. So first we'll find what is JK vector. So you can see this is our J to K vector. Right? Now we know JK vector will be equal to, now J to K vector will be equal to JH, J to H, JH vector, that is this to this, plus then H to K, that is HK, like this. Okay. So you are going from H to J to H and then H to K, like this. Now what is JH vector? We know what is JH vector because we know HJ vector. You can see what is HJ vector? 7 minus 2. So what will be JH vector? Just the negative of it, which is minus 7, because we are just changing the direction. This is minus 2 and plus 2. Plus, what is HK vector? HK vector, we have found HK vector. What is this? This is 1, 8. I hope this is clear. Now you can add this. And how to add two vectors? Just add x and y terms, correct? So minus 7 plus 1 will become minus 6 and 8 plus 2 will become 10. So this is our JK vector. Now question is, what is the magnitude of JK vector? Now if you have to find magnitude, we know how to write the magnitude of the vector. This is, you can directly say, what is magnitude of JK vector? This is equal to under root of x square, that is minus 6 square, and this is 10 square, which is this. I hope this is clear. So what is the answer for this? This is 36 and this is 100. This is root of 136. So let's check the answer for this. Or that is question number 12. So there is a calculation which we have to see. The question is, so we have got h point is minus 3 comma, acha, we have written opposite. Okay, okay. So let's solve this again. Actually, we have taken h as this and k as this, which is opposite. This is h, this is k here. So let's see. Let's do the question again. So now you can easily, now if you have understood this, you can easily solve this again. So let me draw this. Let's say this is h, which is minus 3 comma 8. And this is, let's say, k, which is minus 4 comma 0. Okay. And let's say this is the point j. Okay. So we have hj. So let me write hj vector is this. Okay. And we have to write jk vector. This is jk vector, j to k. And let's say if I write this, you can take any direction. So I'm just taking this just to make the calculation easy. So what is, you have to write jk vector. Now first thing is, what is hj vector? We know, correct? We have to just find what is kj vector. So you can see k to, sorry, k uh, h vector. What is kh vector? You can see k to h, which is, you can subtract, this is negative 3, negative 4, which will become plus 1, and 8 minus 0, which is equal to 1, 8. That is kh vector. You can see k to h vector. Yes, this is correct. Hmm. We know hj vector. So, okay, now let's write what is jk vector. According to this diagram, you can see jk vector is equal to minus, you can see this is j to h vector. You can see j to h vector, and then h to k vector. H to k vector. So you can see jk vector. This is equal to j to h, that is jh vector, and h to k, that is hk vector. I hope this is clear. So this is what is jh vector. This is hj. So negative of this, that is negative 7 and 2. And what is hk vector? Now what is hk vector? We have written kh vector. So hk vector will be negative of this. This is minus 1 and this is minus 8. I hope this is clear. So what is this? This is negative 8, add these two, and negative 6. Now you can see what is jk vector. Magnitude, this is equal to under root of negative 8 square plus negative 6 square, which you can see this is 64 and this is 36, which is root 100, which is equal to 10. So what is the answer? This is equal to 10. Okay, so I hope this is clear. In the previous method, what we made mistake was we interchanged these points. Okay, so that is why that answer was not coming correct. Okay, so now this is the correct answer for this question. You can just understand this. You have to just write the vectors, add the vectors, and how to write the magnitude. Just write under root of x square plus y square. So I hope this is clear. 13. So here we have a question on circle. You can see this diagram. The question is ABCD is a tangent. You can see, okay, ABCD are the points on the circle. EF is the tangent. AB is parallel to DC. AB is parallel to CD. This is given parallel. Okay. The question is find angle DCB. DCB. Okay. Okay. And what is the geometrical reason? You have to write the answer, reason also. You have to find angle DCB. That's this angle. Okay. This angle you have to find. Right. So now see, can I say ABCD? For this ABCD, the points A, B, C, D are lying on a circle. That means this is a quadrilateral, which is a cyclic quadrilateral. And we know sum of all the opposite angles, that is this and this, is equal to 180 degree for a cyclic quadrilateral. So if this is 60 degree, this has to be 120 degree because sum should be equal to 180 degree. So what is angle DCB? This is 120 degree because quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral. I hope this first part is clear. Now the second part of this question is find angle DBC. Find angle DBC. So now you have to find this angle, which is this. You have to find this angle. Okay. So now how will you find this angle? Let's see. You can see here, this is the chord AD and this is the tangent. So if this angle is 35 degree and this is the chord, if I consider this is the chord AD, then AD on the alternate segment will apply the same angle. If this angle is 35 degree, this angle will also be 35 5 degree. This is by alternate segment property. Okay. So now this is 35. And now what is given in the question? We have this is 35. Okay. Now we know that this is what is the question? You have to find DBC. You have to find this angle. Okay. You have to find this angle. Now it is given that these two are parallel to each other. Okay. Okay. And if this is parallel to this angle you can see this angle will also be equal to 35 degree because this is alternate angle. You can see this is one line, another line, parallel line, correct? So this is alternate angle, correct? Alternate interior angle. So this is 35 degree. So this will also be 35 degree, right? If this is 35, this is 120 degree. I can easily find this angle because sum of angles is equal to 180 degree. So what is this? This is angle DBC. DBC will be equal to 180 degree minus what is the sum of these two angles? This is 150. You can see sum of the angle is 155. So if I subtract this, this is 5, 7, that is 25. So what is the angle answer for this? This is 25 degrees. So let's see. This is 120 degrees, correct? And this is 25 degrees. That is the correct answer for this question. Okay. So this is how we can solve this question. Now let's move to the next question. Here you have to find the LCM, lowest common multiple. So if you have to find the lowest common multiple, first this is 15 x y cube and second is 18 x power 4 and y. You have to find the LCM. So you can see here what is 15. 15 you can say this is 5 multiplied with 3 and this is x y raised to 3 and what is 18? 18 is basically 9 into 2. Just trying to factorize, prime factorize. This is 3, 2 into 3 square, 18, right? X raised to 4 and y. Now for LCM, we will take whatever the highest power of any prime is available. Okay. So here, let's talk about first numbers for this. For 5, highest power of 5 available is 5. There is 3 also. So highest power of 3 which is available is 3 square. Now, what is the highest power of 2? 2 is 2 raised to 1. You will take all the prime numbers. Okay. For HCF, you take the common. For LCM, we take the highest power. Now, for X, we will take the highest power, that is X raised to 4. You can see here and here. And what is the highest power of Y? This is Y cube. So, what is this? This is, you can see, 10, 9, 90, X raised to 4, Y raised to 3. So, this is the answer for this question. 90, X raised to 4, Y raised to 3 is the answer for this. Okay? So, I hope this is also clear, right? Now, let's move to the next question. So, this is done. This is done. Okay. Now, the question on search. Again, a very important topic and questions on search. Let's say this is the question. Complete question is on search. Okay. So, let's start. The question is the first part of the question is you have to simplify this. Okay. So, if you have to simplify root 27, root 12. So, you know root 27 can be written as 9 into 3 and 12 can be written as 4 into 3. Why I'm writing like this? Because 4 is a square, perfect square. 9 is a square number. Now this you can see, this is root 9 into root 3. So this is 3 root 3 because root 9 is equal to 3. And what is root 4? Root 4 is 2. So this is plus 2 root 3. So what is this? Now these are two like terms you can say because they are on the same side root 3. So what is this? This is equal to 5 root 3. 2 plus 3, that is 5. 5 root 3. So what is the answer? This is 5 root 3 is the answer for this. Now the next one is you have to simplify this where k is integer. So you have to simplify this to an integer. So you can see here this is 40 upon 5 multiplied. Okay. So let's first simplify this root 8. Now can I say root 8? We written as root 4 into 2. Now what is root 4? This is 2. So this is 2 root 2. So this is into 2 root 2. And what is this? This is 5 root 2. I hope this is clear. So now you can see this is root 2 and root 2 cancels, same number. 5 and 40 will give you 8. So what is this? 8 into 2, which is equal to 16. So what is the answer? K is equal to 16. This simplifies to 16. That is the answer. K equal to 16. That is K equal to 16. Correct. Now, the question on rationalization. So how to rationalize this? So in rationalization, we know This is 1 upon 3 minus root 5. I have to rationalize the denominator. So we will multiply with its conjugate, which is 3 plus root 5. And if you are multiplying, you have to divide this. So this number effectively is multiplied divided by 3 plus root 5. And so, correct? Now we know this is 1 into 3 plus root 5, which is simply 3 plus root 5 divided by. Now what is this? A plus b into a minus b. So you can see 3 minus root 5 multiplied with 3 plus root 5 in denominator. Okay, this will be multiplied with this. So what is this? This is a plus b into a minus b. So this is a square minus b square, that is root 5 square. What is 3 square? This is 9. What is root 5 square? This is 5. So what is this value? 4. So what is the denominator? This is equal to 4. So what is the answer? This is 3 plus root 5 divided by 4. That is the answer for this question. Denominator we have rationalized. Okay. Now the next question. Write this number as a fraction. Okay, in the simplest form. So now this is again a very standard question. How to convert the recurring decimal to a fraction. Okay. So what is this number? Let's say this is x. This is 0.3. Now what is recurring here? This is 28, 28, 28, and so on. This is recurring here. Okay. So now how to proceed in this type of question? The best way is you bring all the terms which are non-recurring on left side first. So I can see 3 is not recurring. So we'll take this 3 on this side. We will multiply with 10. So this will become 3.28, 28, 28, and so on. Now what is recurring here? In this example, now you can see 28 is recurring. So what you can do is you bring one block of 28 on this side, that is on the left side of decimal. So we have to bring this 28 on this side. So we'll multiply with 100. So if you multiply this with 100, this will become 1000. And this will become 328.282828 and so on. Now if you subtract this, you can see this is 1000 minus 10. This is 990. And you can see this 28 block will be cancelled. And this is 328 minus 3, which is 325. I hope this is clear. So what is this? This is x is equal to, you can see this is 325 divided by 990. 320 divided by 990. Now you have to write in the simplest form. So you have to remove all the common factors. So what are the common factors? You can see one common factor is 5. So if you divide by 5, this is 6 and 5. This is yeah, 6 divided by 5. And if I divide this by 5, this is 990 divided by 5. This is 1, 4. This is 4. 9. This is 9. This is 45, 4, 8. So 198. 198. So what is this? This is 65 by 198. Now, is there any other common factor? So, if I divide by 13, if you see 198 divided by 13, this is 1, 13, this is 6. So there is no common factor in this. Now, this is the answer 65 by 198. So let's see what is the correct answer. This is 65 by 198. That is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Okay, this is one very standard question, how to write the recurring decimal to fractions. This is how we can approach this question. Okay. So now let's move to the next one. Okay. So now the next question says, now this is a question on symmetry. Okay. No, not symmetry, the similarity. The question is, solid A is mathematically similar to solid B, which is given to you. The height of the solid A is 7 and okay. And its surface area is 60 centimeter square. The surface area is 60 centimeter square. The surface area of solid B is 540. Or the surface area of this is 540 centimeter square. The height of the solid B. So we know if these two figures are similar, these two objects are similar, then the scale factor of this height upon this height, which is h upon 7, right? Square. Why I'm taking square? Because we are relating the area. This will be equal to 540 divided by, this is 60. I hope this is clear. This is ratio of area. This is scale factor square. H upon 6, H upon 7 square is 540 upon 60 because this is area. If we talk about volume, we will take Q here, right? So now let's solve this equation. This is H square upon 49 is equal to, you can see this is 9, right? So if I simplify this further, what is H square? This is equal to 49 into 9, right? So what is H? H will be equal to the square root of 49 into 9. What is square root of 49? This is 7, this is 3, that is 21. So what is the answer? Height will be 21 centimeter. Okay, I hope this is clear. When you are writing scale factor is height 1 upon height 2. For example, this is height 1 and this is height 2. Okay, now area scale factor will become square and volume will be cube of this. Okay, so that is how you can relate this. So this is 21, that is the correct answer. Now the next question is, make T the subject. Now if you have to make T the subject, that means you have to bring T equal to something. You have to rearrange the formula. Okay. So you can see here, first is, here also we have T, here also we have T. So to combine this, so what you can do is, you can cross multiply and say this is 2pt is equal to M1 minus T, which I can say this is 2pt is equal to M into 1 is M minus M into T. Why I'm doing this? Because I want to collect all the T terms together. So I can say if I take this on this side, this is 2pt plus mt is equal to M. So what I can say is this is 2p plus M multiplied with T. I have taken T common. This is equal to M. So if I take this term on this side, multiplication will become division. So what is T? T will become, if I take this on this side, this is M upon 2p plus M. So what is the answer? This is the answer for this M upon 2p plus M. This is the value of T. This is how you can make the subjects. So let's check the answer. M upon 2p plus M is the answer for this question. Now let's move to the next question. So here we have to simplify this expression. Again, a very standard question. Here you can see, if you have this expression, you have to simplify this. That means you will factorize the numerator and you will factorize the denominator. So how can you factorize the numerator? You can see there is a common in the numerator. You can see x is common. So what is left? This is 7 minus x upon. Now how will you factorize the denominator? This is denominator is 49, which is 7 square minus x square. So this is the difference of two squares. And we know what is this? This is a plus b into a minus b. A square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So this is how you can easily factorize this. So this is 7 plus x and this is 7 minus x. So again, this 7 minus x cancels. This is x upon 7 plus x. So that is the answer. X upon 7 plus x. That is the answer for this question. Okay, easy. So now let's move to the next one. So this is done. This is done. Okay. So now the question 20. Let's move to the next question. That is question number 20. Yeah. The diagram shows the sector of a circle. You can see with center O. The radius is 6 centimeter. Calculate the length of major arc AB. You have to write the length of this major arc. You have to write the major arc length. So one way to do this is, what you can do is you can find the length of this arc and subtract from the circle, or otherwise you can say what is this angle. This is 360 minus 40, which is equal to 360 minus 40 degree, which is 320 degree. So what is this angle? This is 320 degree. And we know what is the length of a arc. Length of arc is theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. This is the length of arc. Correct? So what is the angle subtended? This is the length of arc. What is the theta? Theta is angle subtended by this arc. We are talking about the major arc. So what is the angle? 320 divided by 360 into 2 pi. What is the radius? Radius is 6 centimeter. So this is 6 centimeter. Okay. So now you can just simplify this. So you can see this is cancelled. I can cancel this 6 and 36 also, which is 6. And this is, you can say 3 also. So what is remaining? 32 by 3 and 5. So that is the answer for this question. Question number 20. You can see this is 32 by 3. You can convert into decimal, but it's okay. Even if you write 32 by pi by 3, that is also considered correct answer. Okay. So next question on differentiation. If you have to differentiate this, what are the rules of differentiation? We know the differentiation is differentiation of x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1, and constant will remain same. And derivative differentiation of constant is always 0. Differentiation of constant is equal to 0, right? So what is the differentiation of x cube? This is 3x squared, n x raised to 3x raised to 3 minus 1, which is 2, minus this 3 will remain same. And what is the differentiation of x squared? That is 2x raised to 2 minus 1. 2x raised to 2 minus 1, that is 1. And the differentiation of 1 is 0. So what is this? This is 3x squared minus 6x. That is the answer for this question. Okay. Next question. Find the turning point of this function. So how to find the turning point? The turning point is by using dy by dx equal to 0. So if I make dy by dx, that is the derivative, differentiation, equal to 0, that will give you the turning point. Okay. So we have already found what is the differentiation of this, x cube minus 3x square plus 1. This is 3x square minus 6x. So that means 3x square minus 6x must be equal to 0. So if I solve this equation, you can see we can easily factorize. 3x is common. This is x minus 2 equal to 0. So what is this? X equal to 0 or x equal to 2. Now you write the coordinate. So if x is equal to 0, how will you get the y coordinate? This is the equation of curve. Put x is equal to 0. You can see 0, 0, 1. So what will be the value? 1. So what is the coordinate? 0, comma 1. And if I put x equal to 2, this is x equal to 2. This is y is equal to 2 cube, that is 8, minus 3 into 2 square, that is 4, plus 1. So what is the y value? This is 8 minus 12 plus 1, which you can see 9 minus 12, which is equal to minus 3. So what is the coordinate? 2 comma minus 3. So what are the turning points? The coordinates of the turning point? This is 0 comma 2, sorry, 0 comma 1. The answer is 0 comma 1 is one answer, and 2 comma minus 3 is another answer. So this is how we can solve this question easily. Okay, so let's check the answer. This is 0 comma 1 and 2 comma minus 3 is the correct answer. Okay, now let's move to the next question, which is on functions. So let's discuss this again. Question: how can you solve this? The first question, the first part, you can see f of 3. If fx is given to you, how will you find f of 3? This is f of 3 will be equal to, put x is equal to 3 in this. This is 2 multiplied with 3 plus 5. So this is 6 plus 5, which is equal to 11. So what is the answer? This is 11. Correct. Now how will I find f inverse? F inverse y equal to, we have 2x plus 3, 2x plus 5. This is the function, correct? Now to find the inverse, we interchange x and y. So which will be x is equal to 2y plus 5. Correct. So what is, now we'll make y the subject. So this is x minus 5 is equal to 2y. You can arrange this. And what is y? Y is equal to x minus 5 upon. So what is f inverse x? This is x minus 5 divided by. That is the answer for the next one. Now the second part, the third part is solve the equation f of gx equal to 25. Now what is f of gx? This is f in fx we are putting gx. Now in fx we are putting gx. That is this. So what is f of gx? You can see x place we have put, this is 2 times gx. Correct. This is fx. In x we will put gx, and this is plus 5 equal to 25. Correct. Now what is gx? Gx is x minus 4. So you can say this is 2 times x minus 4 plus 5 equal to 25. Now you have to solve this equation. So what is this? You can see this is 2x minus 8. 2x minus 8. And I can take this 5 on this side. This is 25 minus 5, which is 20. So what is this? 2x equal to 20 plus 8, which is 28. So what is x? X equal to 14. So what is the answer? X equal to 14 is the solution of this equation, f of gx. Now, the next is find x when h inverse x equal to 2. Okay. So hx function is 5 raised to x. You can see hx is 5 raised to x. So hx is 5 raised to x. I have to find the value of x when h inverse x is equal to 2. Now this is the question again. See, right? If you have to find inverse, you have to go into log. But that is not a part of IGCSE paper, right? So how can you use the concept of inverse in this? So try to understand this. What is the concept of inverse? What you can say is, see, if this is hx, then this is h inverse x. Correct? This is how you define h inverse x. Hx. Now, if I take x equal to 2, then this is so if I take okay, if I take x equal to 2, this will give you 25 because we know h2 is equal to 20. Correct? So now you tell me if I map 25 to 2, then can I say h inverse 25 will be equal to 2? That is the meaning of inverse function. If function hx map 2 to 25, then inverse of the function will map 25 to 2. That means h inverse of 25 will be equal to 2. So you can see what is x when h inverse x is equal to 2. X will be equal to 25. Or the easier another way to understand this, if h inverse x is equal to 2, you can directly say x will be equal to h2. This is another way to understand this. Now what is h2? 5 raised to 2, which is equal to 25. Okay. Or this is the logical way or the conceptual way to understand the inverse function. So sometimes it's not possible to find inverse. So what you can do is you can just inverse, you can just use the concept, the basic concept of inverse function. Okay. This is how we can solve this one. Now this is, we have done this. Okay. Now the question on trigonometry. So let's do this. So here we have, okay, first question you can see. The question is write down the value of cos 90. So for this you must remember the table. That is a standard table. Cos 90 is equal to 0. Okay. So the next part is, now this is, the diagram shows two different right angle triangles. You can see two triangles, right angle triangles. You have to find x. You have to find x in terms of n. This is n, this is x. You have to find, you have to relate x and n. Okay. Now you can see here, this side is common to these two triangles. So using this side, let's say this side is, I can say, let's say y. Using this side, I can relate this as well as this. Now how? How will you relate n and y? First, so we can see in this right angle triangle, I can see this is opposite of 30 and this is hypotenuse. So I can say sine 30 degree. I can use sine ratio because opposite side upon hypotenuse, right? This is n upon y. This is n divided by y. And we know what is sine 30 degree. Again, you have to remember the table. Sine 30 degree is equal to 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2 is equal to n upon y. So from this, you can clearly see, if I cross multiply, you will see y is equal to 2n. So we have got y value is equal to 2n. Now let's say if I take this triangle. Now in this triangle, you can see this is the adjacent side. Y is the adjacent side. And this is the hypotenuse. So in the second triangle, this triangle, I can use cos. This is cos 30 degree is equal to what is adjacent side y upon hypotenuse. This is x. And we know what is cos 30 degree. This is root 3 divided by 2. Right? This is root 3 divided by 2. And y we have already said this is 2n. So this is 2n upon x. So what is this? This is, you have to find x in terms of n. So if I multiply this, x root 3. Sorry. This is 4n. So what is x? So this is 4n by root 3 is the answer for this question. Okay. So I hope this is clear. Okay. Let's move to the, okay, we have done this, right? Now, okay. Now the question, I think this is the last question on this paper. Question number 24. Yes. This is the last question of the paper. So the question here is, A is a point A comma 12 and B is point B comma 27. What is the y count of the midpoint of AB? Now we know what is the midpoint, x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. But here we just can't find the y coordinate, the midpoint, the y coordinate. So what is the y coordinate of the midpoint? This is 12 plus 27 divided by 2, which is 39 by 2, which is 19.5. So that is the answer for this question. Correct. The second part is the line AB has gradient 5. At gradient 3, find an expression of A in terms of B. So what is the gradient of the line? This is joining 2 points, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now what is this? This is y2 minus y1, 27 minus 12 divided by x2 minus x1. This is b minus a. Correct? And which is given to you, gradient is equal to 3. So this is 3. So now just solve this equation. So we can see this, simplify this. This is b minus a into 3. I can take this on this side. And what is this? This is 15, right? So further I can say this is b minus a is 15 divided by 3, which is I can say 5. So what is a? Rearrange this to this side, this to this side. So this is b minus 5. So what is the answer? A is equal to b minus 5. Okay. So now the next question. Now this one is an interesting question. So here the question says D is the point 22 comma 34. So let's draw sketch for this. Let's say D is the point, E is the point, D is the point on CE. So let's say this is C, this is E, let's say this is D. Okay. So D is the point 22 comma 34. E is the point 23 comma 39. Okay. D is the point on CE such that 2 times CE is equal to 2 times CE is equal to 5 times DE is equal to 5 times DE. Okay. So now you have to get the coordinates of C. So coordinate of C is, let's say, x comma y. So you have to find the coordinate of this. Okay. So now see, it is given that the magnitude of CE and D, the ratio is equal to 2 is to 5. Right? We can see the condition is given on C and D. Now just think about this. If I consider a vector CE like this, and I consider another vector, I'll draw it here like this, which is DE. So can I say, I can say what is CE vector? What is CE vector? Now we know line joining 2 points. How to write the vectors? C to E, that is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x2. So this is 39. Sorry, we are writing the vectors. So we will subtract these two coordinates, 23 minus x, and this is 39 minus y. 39 minus y. This is our CE vector. CE vector. And what is DE vector? What is DE vector? You can easily write DE vector also. D to E vector. So what is this? Final coordinates minus initial coordinates. So final x coordinates is 23 minus 22, and initial coordinates, y coordinates 39, final minus initial is 34. So what is this? This is 1 and 5. Now why I'm using this vectors here? That is very important, because now see, it is given that if these two vectors, this is given 2 times CE is 5 times DE. Now we have assumed that the directions are same. So can I say 2 times CE vector will be equal to 5 times DE vector, because directions are already same. So I have applied the condition for magnitude also. So if the magnitudes are in this ratio, vectors will be of this length. Now what is this? This is 2 times CE vector, which is 23 minus x, and 39 minus y. This is 5 times DE, which is 1. Now, how can you simplify this? You can clearly see if two vectors are same, what I can do is I can multiply this 2. So this is 2 times 23 minus x will be equal to 5 times 1, which is 5. And similarly, if you multiply a vector by a number, so every number is multiplied. So this is 2 times 39 minus y is equal to this side, this is 25. I hope this is clear. So now if I solve this, let me write it here. This is 23 minus x is equal to 5 divided by 2. You can see this, correct? So, or you can say this is 2.5 if you want in decimal, or you can write in fractions also, correct? So what is x? X will be equal to 23 minus 2.5, which you can see this is 21.5. 21 point 20.5, sorry, 20.5, correct? So this is the x coordinate. Yeah, 20.5. And for y coordinate, if you solve this, let me solve it here. This is, you can say this is 39 minus y is equal to 25 by 2, which is 12.5, correct? 12.5. So what is y? This is 39 minus 12.5, which is zero point 0.5, and 8 minus 2, 6, and this is uh, 2, 26.5, 26.5. Uh, Wait, let me do the calculations again. This is, so this will become zero point 0.5, and this is 8 minus 2, that is 6, and 3 minus 1, 2, 26.5. Yeah, so this is the answer, correct? So what is the final coordinate? You can say 20.5 comma 26.5. Now let's check the answer. 20.5 comma, this is the question. 20.5 comma 26.5 is the answer for this question. Okay? So this is one question where, see, though it seems that we are solving this question from coordinate geometry, but if you solve this question by using vectors, then the calculation part will be very easy. If you go into coordinate geometry, it will be very calculative process to solve this question using coordinates. So what we have done is we have used a vector in this case. So I hope this is clear. So this completes your paper 580 23. Okay. So I hope you have understood all the questions. So that's it. If you have understood all the questions, you have liked this video, please subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. Thank you. Bye bye.